did see something, right?
Why they haven't put more guys on the job, I don't know.
The terrifying memories of that day still haunt me. It was... This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live.
Our greatest concern and we at Save Property Bank remain
Up with stress. Back to New York, and a more in-depth look at you. Safety is the primary.
telling him that. Look, I gotta go. I'll call you later.
Problems?
Nothing I can't handle. We're just waiting on chicane.
So tell me about this new lead then. The Intellicam footage.
State police dropped it off this morning, badly corrupted. But Cheng worked his magic and managed to recover some images. They show an org in a yellow hoodie, dropping bags where each bomb went off.
You ran facial recognition? You got an ID?
Couldn't see his face. But the bags are the same ones used by Talos Rucker and his aid workers in the Utilec complex.
That's a stretch.
3 bombings in Prague in 6 months, Jensen. All of them after the leader of ARC took up residence in that ghetto. Rucker needs to answer for these attacks. Here's chicane now.
Am I late? Are you too early?
You're right on time. Agent Jensen was just agreeing that we need to bring Rucker in.
Quick snatch and grab. Should be easy enough.
So we've already decided he's guilty?
We just need to talk to him on our terms, not when he's surrounded by fanatics. Getting into Gollum isn't the problem. Reaching Rucker is. ARC territory is fiercely defended. No one sets foot in there.
Not even the state police?
They can't.
Rucker wasn't forced into Gollum City. He bought his way in.
Blackmailed would be more apt. He threatened to go public with evidence of a humanitarian crisis. One that the United Nations Security Council had swept under the rug.
Got them to force the Czech government to hand over part of the Utilec complex to him. A little bit of hush real estate, so to speak.
He stays quiet and guarantees safety for himself and his followers. Smart. So how do I get in?
I've made a deal with an ARC prospect named Tibor Sokol. Promised to get his family out of the complex, so long as he gets you past ARC's checkpoints.
You trust him?
We have to. It's that or nothing. Sokol will meet you at an apartment in the housing district. Number 237. Any questions?
You ask me. Rucker sounds more like a savvy politician than a terrorist.
These days, lines tend to be blurred.
But Rucker was a highly respected doctor, with no military training. What am I missing here?
Rucker is a man of deeply held convictions, with an unshakable belief in his own righteousness. Doesn't take much to push a man like that to terrorism.
Man's a zealot.
He's a suspect. Just bring him in.
You really believe ARC is responsible for these attacks? For all of them?
ARC has had the means, motive, and opportunity every time.
Even Dubai? Rucker and the Coalition are still confined to Gollum City. They have a heavy police presence keeping an eye on them.
Gollum isn't a concentration camp. You grease the right palms, you can get the papers you need to come and go.
I find that hard to believe.
So get me the evidence to prove otherwise. Get to Talos Rucker and bring him in, Agent.
Let's get this over with.
Let me know when you've got Rucker.
Goddamn, Jensen. Every time I look at you, I can't believe the amount of jewelry you've got on. Tell me, how's that aftermarket shit working out for you?
Never better. Maybe you should reconsider. What with that limp?
Nah, I like my limp. Keeps me honest. You ready to light out?
You're my only backup on this one. Before we leave, I'd like to know you've actually got my back.
Trust me, I flew 10 years in the SAAF and 5 in the private sector moving corporate heads. And in all that time, I've never lost a fare.
How many years with TF-29?
2, which is a year and a half longer than you, from what I understand. So you want to keep talking resumes, waste more of our time? Or will you trust me to get the job done?
Let's do this.
Good. Strap in.
But still we have no answers. No one has yet claimed responsibility. Dr. Talos Rucker, the leader of ARC, posted a letter condemning the attack. Sources close to the investigation, however, tell me that Rucker and ARC may be behind it after all. I don't know about you folks, but with the upcoming...
Interesting pre-game ritual you've got there. You getting pissed enough to end this guy yet?
I got a no-kill order.
Is that right? Would have thought he'd done enough to warrant extreme prejudice.
How far out are we?
Coming up on it now. Not many spots I can set her down. You got a preference?
Get as close to the ground as you can. I'll take it from there.
Whatever you say, boss. Jensen, still got all your parts together?
I'm fine. How close did you get me to our contact's location? I was in Unit 237.
Jesus, Jensen, I didn't put you on his doorstep. Residential sector should be just ahead of you. Me, I'm gonna switch to autopilot, have a coffee. Let me know if things get interesting.
The meds I gave you should take effect soon. You'll feel better.
There's a deluxe.
Usually, a humanitarian disaster like this would get a lot of press and foreign aid. But given that these are ordinary people... Hey, man. Are you some kind of activist or something? Get a job. Do not give up hope. Help will come.
Ago was my last hit.
Don't belong here.
There is only so much we can do right now. I wish it were more. We aren't all drug addicts.
Anyone but ARC members.
God, I haven't issued a record
Unnatural. Can't stop shaking. Why can't I stop? Are you alive? We're just passing through.
No shelter, no food, no fucking hope.
I don't suppose you've got any neuropazine you can spare, do you?
I have what you're looking for. But new pause isn't cheap. Nor is it easy to come by.
Fresh off the boat and already fitting in. Fine. But cash is a pretty scarce resource around here. I prefer dealing in information.
What kind of information?
Give me the neuropazine first, and we'll see. Here.
And what have you got for me?
There's a so-called market in this complex. On your way to it, you'll probably see some storage units.
I'm listening.
One of them belonged to a patient of mine. A freedom fighter. Who no longer needs it. You might find something useful inside. Here's the code.
I'll check it out.
A word of advice? You might want to keep a low profile tonight. Golem City can be sketchy in the best of times. This definitely isn't one of them.
Why? What's happened?
Haven't you heard? Terrorists try to blow up Rosika Station. And even though people here couldn't have had anything to do with it, the cops need someone to blame.
Where I come from, cops are supposed to be the good guys.
What planet is that? Because where I come from, the police have been militarizing for years, wasting money and inciting deep levels of mistrust between them and the very people they're supposed to protect.
Is that what's happening in Golem City?
It's happening all over the place. The cops in Gollum are a special breed. They control everything here. Food, drugs, neuropozyne. And not all of them think very highly of us Ogs.
These cops, they're looking for members of ARC?
We're all members of ARC to them, one way or another. And some of us may have even done bad things, but not the kind of things the rest of the world says we've done.
Sounds like you support ARC.
Why shouldn't I? The Augmented Rights Coalition was started with the best of intentions, as a non-violent way to confront injustices and advance the cause of augmented rights.
Okay. But in my experience, the best of intentions often go awry.
That may be true, but right now Talus Rucker and ARC are the only things keeping people in Golem alive. Trust me, they're the good guys.
I'm getting the impression that you see ARC and Talos Rucker as some kind of augmented Robin Hoods. How well do you know the man?
I met Talus years ago in India. We were both humanitarian aid volunteers back then.
Is he a good man? The press paints him as a narcissist.
He has his faults, but I wouldn't believe everything you see on Parkus News.
Does he visit this area of the complex much?
You know, you've been asking me an awful lot of questions.
Did I do something to offend you, Doc? Because that wasn't my intention.
Maybe not, but it sounds like you're fishing for information on the only man who's holding this place together. So you can't blame me for being cautious.
I'm asking precisely because I know how important he is. You seem to think highly of him.
I admire his idealism. He believes people will usually do the right thing. They just need to discover what it is.
And that includes arming yourself when the rest of the world turns against you.
Talus has fought ARC's armament every step of the way. He still fights it. But don't listen to me. Listen to his daily broadcasts. They'll tell you everything you need to know.
I see. Well, thanks for the warning, Doc.
I hope you'll take it to heart.
By sem nepatří. Look, we are understaffed, underfunded, and underprepared for the sheer number of people here.
Fucking can't feel my toes, man.
And I fear the repercussions will test our resolve, the strength of our conviction.
Just block it up.
Someone please
Oil, like Dorothy trying to
Why not give up?
Tin Man back to life. And how do we plan to get out of this hole? Let's see our papers, please. This is the oldest Illuminati in the book.
Can't do it, man.
You will be fine, I promise. We are in all
like this.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
No shelter, no food, no fucking hope.
They tried to take our guns away from us for so many years, and that's one of them.
No food, no fucking hope.
Inanimate objects that are now attached.
The whole city is going to be
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
No,
Protecting ourselves with the Second Amendment to make sure no feds can bust into our homes and invade them.
cops are out of control.
can't keep living like this.
Used to be the commies, then it was the fundamentalists, then the gun-popping lunatics within our own suburbs.
I need a hit.
Now
Fuck.
the odds that are being told to put away their weapons.
Something to help get me back in my...
No shelter, no food, no fucking hope.
Starving and freezing. Why not give up? I'll make sure you get the first dose when you arrive.
Can't keep living like this.
Are we protecting ourselves from them? Protecting ourselves from us?
Man, I need a hit. Fuck.
The whole city is going to pieces. I will try to find you a little something. I promise. Are you feeling all right?
You credit.
I can't see one.
You must submit to an identification scan.
Initiate security scan.
Welcome to Golem City, Clank. This most recent act of senseless violence has been laid at our feet. At the feet of all augmented. Not simply Ark. And I fear the repercussions will test our resolve. The strength of our convictions. We have been cast as the villain once again. Despite our denials,
I was at the pizza
our
just now.
protestation
Did you hear what happened?
We heard the cops showed
to
up
the
and
peaceful
some guy was dead.
advancement of our cause.
Yes, it was.
Despite the fact that some of our own were killed in the
Do anything?
He gave them some attitude when they asked him.
has blinded our accusers.
He didn't deserve that.
And although
A
I
police
know
minority brutalizing an unarmed majority. That sounds familiar.
Warm minds. Think warm thoughts.
to become as blind as well as I.
Just look. This is no way to live.
To accuse us.
You are free.
How are you feeling? Better?
To refrain.
Warm thoughts.
All violence will only serve to strengthen their justification. I know it is
Everywhere we go today, cops looking at us sideways, accusing us, assuming we're criminals.
Some teenagers. Molotov cocktail.
augmented, we accept it.
That's what everyone says when they're caught.
Someone.
The ship is about to go down. You don't want to be on the streets.
I don't like the cops being cops.
That's what everyone says when they're caught.
We need someone to blame.
It's just like enemies.
Over there and tell them
Shut up. You're going to get us arrested, or worse.
We've got the crowd thinking we hate each other.
My teeth are bleeding.
The ship is about to go down. You don't want to be on the streets. The police station.
Budu vás sledovat. Hambrejská plechovka je Fort Plechovka. Tím z cesty.
Hezky, Frýdku, tak to máme.
Stay out of this, Hansa.
What did I do? I am innocent. You fascists.
Clear the area.
Please help a lady to ease her suffering. I know with absolute certainty we were sent here to these crates and containers to die.
Area certified secure.
My skin is crawling.
Watch yourself.
Despite our denials, our protestation,
Keep
there's no peaceful advancement of our cause. Despite the fact that some of our own were killed in the attack at Rosika Station. But fear has blood.
You people. Now what? What other lies have you come to tell me?
I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm here to see Sokol. He's expecting me.
Which one? My husband Dushan or his foolish brother Tibor? I guess it doesn't matter which one. The police took them both to the Narrows to torture them for information they do not have.
It's been a rough day, especially here. I can see that. But maybe I can help. What happened?
Like you care. My husband is gone. Tibor said he had a way of getting us out of Golem City. A contact with... Wait. Who are you?
I'm the contact.
And maybe there is a chance.
There's always a chance.
I'm sorry. Normally they only take ARC members. Tibor is ARC. He has been taken before. But now, after the bombing, they come for Tibor. Dushani asks why, and then they take my Dushan. He has done nothing. Nothing.
Do you know where they were taken?
I told you already. The Narrows. Instead of asking stupid questions, why don't you do something? Don't just stand there. They need help. Please. I said go.